Hi, Trev here from Trevs Bees on both YouTube and Facebook. Today I want to talk to you about oxalic acid and particularly oxalic acid vaporisers. How I've set up. I'm not going to demonstrate how I use them because we've already done that on another video of treating a swarm with oxalic acid. So I'm just going to show you some of the gear that I've got and how I use it, how it's used. So this is a Ocalic vaporizer. It's got a little heat sink plate on the bottom so to stop burning on the wood, and a little heat sink here to stop the heat transferring up the handle, and a little dish here to put the oxalic acid into. I've put the cables on here with a couple of little cable clips, battery clips, so I can just clip this onto a car battery. We'll discuss that in a minute. Oh, this one here, the thickness is 16 millimeters. That has become a bit of an issue with me of actually getting it into the hive, and that gap is quite thick, and I only like to have a 10 millimeter gap for the bees to get in. It stops mice and other bumblebees and other such things getting into the hive, causing me problems. So I also have this vaporizer, and this is a New Zealand made one by Venom Pro, and I find it's very good. One of the things that you notice, for starters, this thing is only 8 millimeters thick as opposed to this other one. A huge difference in thickness. Look, if you sit that one above there and you see where the heat sink is a vast difference. I like this in the fact that it's nice and thin, fits under my under the box, above the floor, nice and easily, and it seems to have a very, very good burn time with it. It's got its heat sink is actually built into this thing, so the heat doesn't transfer up the shaft. It comes with cables on it and clips, and these little clips are quite neat in the fact they've got this little stretchy thing, flexible thing on here, so that the handles don't get caught on anything, whereas this one, the handles like that there just get caught up like this and they can get tangled. We obviously have oxalic acid crystals. We require a stopwatch, and we require a power source. I use this old car battery. I bought it for $10 from a car wrecker. They have plenty of them available cheaper than going and buying a motorbike battery or some such thing, which can cost you around about $50. All you got to do is have a look in the little window on the top, and if it's green, it's okay. If it's red, don't buy it. This little battery, when it's charged, will do about 75 odd hives, so it's very, very efficient and effective. It also happens to be able to fit inside my bucket, so when I'm carrying all my gear, the battery fits in here quite nicely. I can carry all my oxalic stuff in the bucket. So, where do we get things? This I bought on eBay, including delivery to New Zealand, was about $4. Most of us, I think, can afford that. This, if I remember correctly, was about $135, and you have to buy them from through Trade Me. He doesn't actually sell them direct. His sales shop is Trade Me, and he supplies it with about 10 to 20 grams of oxalic acid. Not very much, but it's enough to get you going. You also need a little 1/4 teaspoon measurer, and that's about it. Oh, and I usually take a little bucket of water, so that after I do each hive, I then dip this in a bucket of water, cool it down, so I can, and plus my little bit of rag, I can then wipe it out, dry it off, so I can go on and do the next one straight away. There's no time delay. How much do we use? A 5-frame nuke box, or 5 frames of bees, requires a 1/4 teaspoon. That's it. Just a flat measure. A 10 frame requires 2 grams. And if you've got 20 frames of bees, 2 brood boxes, you require 3 grams. The burn temperature that it takes for each different model of iron that you get, and there's a lot of them available, a lot of them around that you can buy. You need to do a test to find out how long it takes to burn. I found with this one that it takes 2 minutes to burn or vaporize 1 gram. It takes 2 minutes 15 to vaporize 2 grams, and it takes 3 minutes to vaporize 3 grams. So you need to know that bit of information so that you can have your stopwatch. I just hang it around my neck and I can see how long it takes. Okay, so the last little point with these is why I prefer the venom over this. As you can see, the Hyalisa is quite complicated with all the way it's manufactured. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 or 6 components all screwed together. It just looks fragile, it feels fragile, and it looks very complicated. And being beekeepers, we tend to throw things around and whatever. There just seems to be a lot of stuff on here that can get damaged. This here is all very compact, sealed up. There's nothing to get caught on anything. It works pretty good. And the other thing, as I said, was size, and I'll just demonstrate that. This is a little nuke boxes that I make, 5-frame nuke box, and I can treat the Varroa in here quite simply. Put the iron in, do its thing. There's about 12 mils of gap in there. But something I didn't think about when I was building them, the Hyalisa doesn't fit. I can make that work by opening that up, filing the gap out and make it fit. But that's extra work. So anyway, that's the oxalic acid vaporisers. That's it from Trevs Bees. Catch me on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll see you around the beehive.